let us talk to the interim 122-pound champion. She won that belt in beautiful Stockton, California, of all places, this past weekend on DAZN, perhaps punching her ticket to a massive fight in 2026. Your friend and mine, Skye Nicolson, is here. Let us speak to her. Hello, Skye. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
It's great to have you. It's great that you're not in a hallway. It's great that you're in a room. It seems like the internet connection is good. You were, some might say, a little bit shadow banned from the program after that debacle, so it's great to have you in a nice, secure spot.
I still feel really bad about that. I'm really sorry. I
As
got
do
locked
we.
out of my room. It
No.
was out of my control.
But it all worked out. Ooh, look at that belt behind you over there. There it is.
Yeah.
Well done.
Have a little cheeky background there.
Yes, nice framing. Great stuff. I want to talk to you about that and everything this past weekend, but I would be remiss not to talk about your home country of Australia, your beautiful home country, and Sydney in particular, and what happened on Sunday. You've represented Australia on the grandest of stages with such pride and joy, with such grace and class. Can I just ask, how are you doing? How is everyone back home? And seeing something like that happen in such a beautiful, serene, peaceful part of the world, part of the world that you feel so, proud about. What was it like seeing that on Sunday?
Honestly, unfathomable that it could happen at home like that. I feel like Australians kind of feel a little bit desensitized to the horrible things that are happening around the world because it just is so unfathomable that it would ever happen in our home where we go. It hit me really hard, actually. It was a hard one and just awful. I feel like it's really dividing the nation as well, which is the worst part about these awful attacks that are happening. When we really need to really come together and be united as a nation. I feel like it's where we see the most divide, and it's really shook up the whole country, and I feel very, very saddened by it, but also just heartbroken for the families and all of the Jewish community and all of the people that were directly affected by it.
I've been to Bondi Beach once. I absolutely loved it. I wish I could go back. I'm assuming you've been there many a times. For those that haven't had the pleasure, why is it such a special place? Why do Australians and people from all over the world love going there?
It's the most beautiful beaches. You can't walk along it's like where the cliffs meet the ocean, and it's so stunning. You can't walk along there without walking past so many smiling faces and families. It's such a inclusive place where you see so many different people from all different cultures, all different backgrounds, and it's just such a naturally beautiful place to be. And yeah, it's just so sad that something like this has happened there. I mean, it's awful when it happens anywhere, but when it's somewhere you've known well, you've been to many times, and you've grown up there, it definitely hits even harder.
I said this at the beginning of the show, but I continue to hear it from people, and I keep hearing from Australian people who aren't Jewish who are telling me, this is not us. Please know that this isn't us. And I know that. I didn't need them to tell me that. I know Australians to be some of the nicest, kindest people that I've ever come across. The fighters, the fans, the manager, everyone who is of Australian descent. We love them here. And we know that it's not Australia. We know that it's not an Australian who would do this. We know that this is an evil cancer that is taking over the world and warping people's brains. But to see it happen in a place like that for so long has been so proud of the fact that there isn't gun violence, that there isn't these things that we see here in America, to happen there on such a beautiful night, summer's night, people celebrating, families, young children. I share your grief. I share your feeling of, it's surreal. It's unfathomable. How could this happen?
It's unfathomable. It's like, I don't know what other word you can use to describe it. It was just like such shock. Like you just would never, ever expect something like that to happen there.
Well, I hope that everyone is okay. I hope that everyone that you are, in contact with, friends, family, weren't affected. And like you, my heart goes out to everyone that has been affected. By the way, the scenes in the aftermath of people lining up to donate blood and to help and support have been amazing. And I think that speaks to who Australians are. So shout out to everyone back home and much respect. Switching to a more positive topic, it's never easy, but we'll try our best. Congratulations on the big win. Could I ask, Stockton, California is a very popular part of the world in the world of MMA because of the Diaz brothers. I don't know if you know this, but everyone knows that Stockton's area code is 209. Like, they are synonymous with that region. They've talked about, like, you say 209 or Stockton, you know exactly what it represents. What was your experience like in Stockton, California, of all places?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I did learn that 209 was the area code there. And I did also know that the Diaz brothers were from there. That was kind of all I knew about Stockton. So I didn't really know what to expect. But what I did find were the people were so friendly, so nice, so welcoming. They were so excited to have us there in Stockton. Definitely felt very welcomed, and yeah, it was a good experience. I mean, I will be honest, I didn't go out like sightseeing or exploring. I was very locked in on the job, but everyone that I met and came into contact with were like very nice, very warm, welcoming people who were so happy to have us there in their city.
So you've made the move to 122. This isn't your first fight. I believe it's your third now that has come and gone
Yeah.
at 122, correct? Am I right about that?
Well, I mean, some argue that my
All
first
right.
fight wasn't at 122,
Yeah, yeah.
but we
Okay, I
don't need to
remember all
talk
this.
about that again.
Yes,
It's all
yes, yes. We don't need to go down that path again. For me, it's the move up, and it's all happening this year. Like, you've been very active this year. It feels like you're really getting comfortable at this weight. Like, you have found your home. Do you feel that way as well?
Yeah, I think this fight definitely really established me at 122. I think you can see on the scales, you can see in my performances, I'm in the best condition at this weight. Um, I've seen some comments of me being a weight bully and stuff. I make the weight easy. I make the weight comfortable. I walk around lighter than girls that make bantamweight naturally. So yeah, I find that quite funny. Um,
Who's
like my
saying
team
this?
have even talked about me potentially fighting at 118.
Wow.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of weight bully comments if I was to do that, but I feel really, really good at 122. I feel like it's exactly where I'm meant to be, and I'm going to, yeah, keep focusing on 122 for right now.
It felt like you were vibing out there on Saturday. You were feeling yourself a little bit. We saw a little showboating from you. Where did that come from?
Um, every time I hit her clean, she kind of just like looked at me like, "What, is that all you got?"
Oh,
So then I was like, "Oh, okay, is that the kind of fight we're having, right?" Um, and I was just in my flow. I feel like when I'm my happiest, when I'm in my flow like that, I do naturally like smile when I'm fighting. Um, but yeah, it was kind of a little bit of retaliation to her reactions to some of my shots and stuff. But yeah, I had fun out there.
the Tiara Brown fight was in March, and then, July to now, you fight three times, very active. On the night of the Brown fight, in the immediate aftermath of the Brown fight, would you have guessed that you would have been so active back end of 2025? Was that always the plan, or did it just kind of materialize that way?
Honestly, like directly after the fight, in March, I wasn't really thinking about what was next or anything like that. I think in my mind, we would just go straight into the rematch and that it would be later in the year. And I didn't really think much more else about how active I was going to be or any other plans. Especially didn't have 122 on my mind at all. But I think everything happens for a reason. I think the experience of losing the world title at 126 earlier this year definitely kind of forced me to go to the drawing board and just have a look at the whole thing, like my team, my preparation, and work out how I can be better. What's my next best move? How do I make sure that I'm bringing the best version of myself to the ring every time so this doesn't happen again? I had a great camp in the lead up to the Tiara Brown fight, but there were things missing from my preparation that I think because I was just always winning, I wasn't addressing. So it was just getting on top of lots of little things to ensure that I'm bringing my best self to the ring. And I think that's showed in the rest of this year. I've had a really good year since, and I feel really good at 122. I feel really happy in the changes that I have made to my preparations, and I'm excited for 2026. I think it's going to be the biggest year of my career.
How's the weight cut?
Honestly, easy.
Really?
Like, yeah, my nutritionist says I'm in his top 3 freaks that he's worked with when it comes to like body composition and the way my body adapts and changes when I'm making weight or when I'm going through camp. But he was saying to me last week, he said, like, people would be so shocked at the amount of carbs and calories you're still like having going into fight week and in fight week right up until the day before the weigh-in. So I was fed, fueled, hydrated. It was probably the easiest weight cut I've done. But I think that's also proof of how hard I worked throughout the whole training camp as well, to make sure that I was entering fight week in great position and in great shape. So it wasn't anything dramatic or drastic. And even in fight week, my nutritionist told me I could make 118 that week if I wanted to.
Wow. That is wild.
Yeah. Safely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you hinted you think 2026 will be your biggest year yet. You've had some big years.
Yes.
Why? Why do you feel that way? And can you lay it out for us? What do you think is going to transpire?
So I will be ordered as the mandatory for the full world title for 122 pounds with the WBC. Obviously, the fight hasn't been rescheduled yet for the undisputed fight between Ellie Scottney and Mayeli. Can't think of her last name right now, sorry. But they are rumored to be fighting in the undisputed fight in January. So I think that my mandatory order will be placed following that fight. I'm not sure exactly. I think if it takes any longer for them to schedule that fight, they may order the mandatory beforehand. I'm not sure on the politics side of it, but all I know is I am going to be mandatory. The fight for undisputed is scheduled or is being scheduled. So hopefully my next fight will be an undisputed showdown at 122 pounds, which I'm really, really hoping is what happens. I know Ellie has hinted at moving up in weight. So if she is to win the undisputed fight, I hope that she holds on and stays in the 122 division for one more fight and we can have a big undisputed fight, maybe in London. But if not, if she's not making the weight anymore, worst case scenario, I'll be elevated to full champion and can hopefully try and start collecting the belts one by one if we have to. But I believe I will be undisputed world champion in 2026. So that's why I believe this will be my biggest year of my career so far.
Mayeli Flores was the opponent that she was scheduled to fight. She injured her back. You and Ellie have been going back and forth a little bit. Do you think that if she wins that fight or if she is presented with the opportunity to fight you, do you think she takes that fight?
I think as a fighter, she would want to fight me. It just really depends on her and if she wants to continue fighting at 122 pounds. I would hope that she sees the value in staying at 122 and having the big fight with me before moving up to 126. But I don't know Ellie well enough to know, or I don't know her situation well enough to know if she will or will not stay at 122 after the undisputed fight. But my fingers are crossed because obviously that's a huge fight. I feel like it's a legacy fight and I want to be fighting champions. I want to go in the challenger. I want to be the underdog. I want to be underestimated by people and then prove everyone wrong. That's like the ultimate way for me to become undisputed champion.
It would be a huge fight. And I think, with everything that MVP is doing, with women's boxing, they could easily put on a UK versus the world women's fight card from top to bottom with all the names, signing Caroline Dubois recently, Chantel Cameron, Savannah Marshall, Ellie Scottney. It could be very easy, and I think it would be a huge deal in London, as you say. Could I ask, is it personal with you and Ellie at this point?
Not at all. And honestly, for me, it's not personal with anyone ever. I feel like the rematch with Tiara would probably be the only fight out there that I feel would be a little bit personal for me. And that's more with me than with Tiara. But it's never personal. I want to leave a legacy. I want to set out to do the things that I've told myself I will achieve. the things that I believe I can achieve. And I just want to go and do all those things that I set my mind to. And it's never personal. It's the belts, it's the legacy, it's the titles. It's definitely not personal to who's in my way.
I appreciate you saying that, and I believe you when you say it. For some reason, I feel like sometimes you get unnecessary shots because I think that it's easy for people to take shots at you for whatever reason. I'm referring, among the many examples, like Devin Haney out of nowhere taking a shot at you on Twitter, and then to his credit, walking it back. Did you see him walk it back, by the way? Did you see him say that he felt bad?
No, I didn't see that.
People ask you about the hate. They don't tell you about the other thing. And I do think he deserves some credit, even though I think that the initial tweet was out of bounds and uncalled for. He did say this. Someone posted the clip of you responding, and I thought you responded with grace and class and said that you were a fan of his and that you really didn't care and don't go on Twitter. I'm summarizing, but that was the general sentiment. And someone wrote, damn, I feel bad. And he wrote, I do too, I was wrong. And so I wonder if you take that as an apology and if you accept that.
Yeah. That's nice. I haven't seen that, or I hadn't been made aware of that at all. So I do appreciate that. His dad actually approached me at the show in Stockton as well, and kind of squashed the beef a little bit as well. You might have seen a picture of us together. Yeah, it was a little bit random. But like I said in that clip, everyone's going to have their opinions. Not everyone's going to love you. Not everyone's going to like you. It doesn't matter what you do. You're never going to be everyone's favorite. So I gave up searching for credit. I gave up searching for praise. And I very quickly realized in the pro game that, yeah, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And it is what it is. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm setting myself out to achieve. And I have amazing supporters. I have so much positive stuff on social media that I hate giving all of the energy to the negative stuff. So I'm very grateful to all of my loyal supporters from all around the world. And yeah, look, there's always going to be a little bit of negative stuff that comes with that. But yeah, I just try not to focus on that or give it any energy anymore, because I spent a long time doing that and it's really not worth it.
I couldn't agree more. Can I ask, what was the turning point for you? When did you come to the conclusion that it wasn't worth it?
I think a lot of it was probably around the fight with Tiara Brown. I spent way too much time reading comments, reading people's negative opinions, not even just about me, but about Tiara as well, about the event, the fight, the face-off, so many different things. And it's just energy sapping. It's draining. And I definitely learned that the hard way. And you'll notice I did come off Twitter around that time because I was just wasting energy and draining myself reading negative crap that just actually, it shouldn't mean anything to me. Like, I shouldn't even know these people's negative opinions about me. They're not people that I would ask for advice for, so why do I care what they think about me? And yeah, I think around March this year was a big turning point on that stuff for me.
Good. I'm glad, and I hope that you keep that up. I do have to ask, this Friday, Jake Joshua, what do you think? How do you feel like this plays out?
I mean, I would like to think that it's going to be very one-sided and over early in favor of Anthony Joshua. I can't see it going any other way. But Jake does have this, like, almost Delulu confidence. But I don't really see it going any other way than a very one-sided early finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he's making a big mistake? Like, honestly, from a health standpoint, we saw what Joshua did.
I think it's
Francis.
very dangerous. I think it's very dangerous. Scarily dangerous. I don't even know how it's been approved, to be honest. But I guess money talks. We'll see on Friday, but I don't see what Jake's seeing.
Well, he's talked about the fact that AJ has had trouble with smaller guys, Andy Ruiz, Alexander Usyk, to name a few. Do you think that there's something to that? I don't know. Do you think that
Ruiz, Usyk, Jake Paul?
100%. 100%. But
do you know what I mean? Like, there's levels.
Sure.
If it goes past 2 rounds, I will be shocked.
Wow. 2 rounds.
Yeah.
That's the line? You're setting it at 2. Wow. And you think it's under?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you see the footage of him hitting the heavy bag recently? And would you say that perhaps he has improved?
I think he's improved. I think he works really, really hard. I think he's putting his absolute all into it. Like, you can't knock any of the effort, but there is levels. And he's not an Olympic gold medalist and a former world champion for nothing. And he's naturally huge. And Jake Paul's not. If it goes past 2 rounds, I will be very shocked.
Do you subscribe to the notion that if it goes past 2 rounds, that it goes the distance, right? Even if AJ wins a dominant decision, that it's a stain on his resume, that it's a stain on his legacy, that it's a bad look for him? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He needs to go in there and destroy.
Yes, definitely. If he goes the distance with Jake Paul, it's not good for boxing.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Why is that?
Yeah. I mean, it's good for boxing if he doesn't kill Jake, obviously.
Sure.
I mean, it's possible. But is it scheduled for 10 or 12?
8.
8. If it goes 8 whole rounds and he doesn't knock out Jake, I feel like that will definitely be very tainting to AJ's legacy and his, and just like he's representing boxing a little bit in this fight, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alicia Baumgardner in the co-main against Leila Baudouin. Do you think that she needs to do something spectacular to get people behind her, to get that hype going again? Do you feel like she lost some of that in her last performance?
I don't think she has to do something spectacular. I think Leila's a really, really good opponent. I think it'll be a high quality fight. I don't think there's necessary pressure around the hype of Alicia. I think people have seen how good Alicia is. But I also think that a great opponent like Leila Baudouin coming in, I think will bring out the best in Alicia as well. So I'm actually really, really excited for that fight.
Okay. I just want to ask you about 2 quick ones, and then I'll let you go. There is some talk about Ronda Rousey fighting in a boxing match against Katie Taylor. I want to say I don't believe that this is true, but it's being put out there. What do you think would happen if Ronda fought Katie in a boxing match?
I've only seen bits and pieces of Ronda Rousey boxing. And it would be worse than Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua.
Wow. Okay. That says it all.
Yeah.
You just don't think that she can hang with someone of Katie's stature, right?
No, I think most half-decent professional women boxers would beat Ronda Rousey.
Okay. And what about...
in a boxing fight.
Sure. Of course. And then Serrano Cruz, you were once linked to Serrano for quite some time. You've now moved to another weight class, so at least for now, it seems like it's not a thing. Serrano Cruz 2, the first one was incredible. That's January 3rd. What do you think happens there?
I actually heard yesterday that she's failed another drug test, Erica Cruz.
Oh, wow.
And she's out.
Oh. Is this breaking news from Skye Nicolson?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, there it is. Breaking news. You're doing some great reporting for us. Has that been reported?
I was shocked to find this out yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been reported, but it's not everywhere, and I feel like it should be.
Okay.
Because, one, she had already failed a drugs test a couple of years ago, served her ban, came back, got offered the big money fight against someone who'd already beat her, and then popped again. It's like, you should be banned for life. And how is this not being put everywhere? Yeah, but I did read an article where MVP's spokesperson was saying that they have replaced the opponent, or Serrano was looking for a new opponent, and then they'd confirmed that the new opponent was...
Is it you?
It's not me, unfortunately. I
Would you
did
take
put my hand up. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Oh my God.
did. I did ask my representatives to make sure they were aware that I am ready for the challenge.
Oh, that would be something.
But the article I read, the MVP spokesperson had said that her new opponent is a better boxer than Erica Cruz, younger, and has a winning record, which I thought, well, that's promising. But yeah, so I think they've got someone else already, but I did ask to make sure that they were made aware that I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm seeing this now. I guess I missed
they
it.
need an opponent.
But here's the thing. If this falls through for whatever reason, can we say definitively you are ready to go? You would be ready to fight in 17 days from now.
Let's go. I'm already over this side of the world. Come on.
That's true. You're in America. This is perfect.
And I don't have to worry about cutting weight because I just boxed at 122.
Right. Okay. So we could put your name in the hat.
She's just done a whole camp. She's just done a whole camp for a southpaw. So, I mean, it makes sense. She doesn't even have to, like, change our tactics too much. I mean, I'm a very different fighter to Erica Cruz, but we're both southpaw.
This is great. I mean, clearly MVP and Matchroom are working together this Friday. They've worked together in the past. This should be pretty easy. I like this. Let's go. San Juan. Have you been to Puerto Rico?
I can't do any more. I've said I'm ready. So.
Well, I don't know if you did it publicly, so this is different. This is big. Have you been to Puerto Rico?
I've not been to Puerto Rico. I'd love to go.
Even more reason to go. I feel like this is a big deal. The replacement's not going to be bigger than you.
If they haven't got an opponent, if they're still looking, I am available.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, all kinds of breaking news from Skye here today.
Yes.
Tremendous stuff. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on another great win. Congrats on a great year. You showed some toughness, some resolve. You got knocked down, came back up, 3 wins in a row, new weight class, doing your thing. Big 2026 coming up. So all the best.
Massive 2026.
Massive.
Thank you, Aaron.
The biggest.
The biggest.
Wish you all the best. Happy holidays to you and your family. And we'll talk to you very soon.
Same to
Pleasure
yours.
as always. Thank you so much, Skye.
Thank you. Bye.
There she is, the pride of Australia, the great Skye Nicolson, putting her name up and yes, putting her hand up, throwing her name in the hat. I am seeing that Erica Cruz is out, so hopefully that event stays intact because you need Amanda Serrano on that card if it's a card happening in Puerto Rico. Who doesn't want to see that? Let's go. Finally, could you imagine under these circumstances? After all this time, we've been talking about that fight for probably 2 years now, and now she's in a completely different weight class. I said at the beginning of the interview, I said that she moved up. What I meant to say was moved down from 126 to 122, and then there was that little thing where it was like, wasn't exactly 122. Whole big drama. There's a lot of weight classes in boxing, as you may have figured out by now, but she's one of the biggest stars in women's boxing, and was just doing big things over in Stockton. Diego Pacheco winning in the main event. He's a big star as well. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.